Jenny was 21 years old, but her life already felt much older than that. She lived in the same house with her father, her stepmother, and her stepsister Anna. From the outside, it looked like an ordinary family home. Inside, however, Jenny often felt like a shadow moving quietly from room to room, careful not to be noticed. Her mother had passed away when she was very young, and since then, Jenny had learned how to be silent, patient, and strong without asking for comfort. Her father loved her. Jenny knew that. She could see it in the way he looked at her sometimes, with tired eyes and quiet regret. But after he married again, his love became something gentle and distant, never strong enough to stand up for her. Her stepmother ruled the house with clear favoritism. Anna, the stepsister, was treated like a treasure. She received new clothes, jewelry, and the best food on the table. When Anna laughed, the house felt loud and full. When Jenny spoke, the house barely noticed. Every day followed the same pattern. Jenny woke up early before anyone else. She cleaned the floors, washed the dishes, cooked meals, and carried heavy bags from the market. She washed clothes until her hands felt dry and sore. She did everything that kept the house running, yet no one thanked her. Her stepmother spoke to her only to give orders. Sometimes she did not speak at all, as if Jenny were part of the furniture, useful but invisible. Anna never helped. She spent her days resting, shopping online, or chatting with friends. When she complained, her mother listened. When Jenny felt tired, no one asked why. At dinner, Jenny often sat quietly, eating whatever was left. She learned to smile softly and lower her eyes. Complaining would only make things worse. At night, when the house finally became quiet, Jenny would sit alone and wonder how it was possible to exist so fully in a place and still not be seen. She was there every day. She worked every day. She endured every day. Yet her presence left no mark on the people around her. She worked every day in that house, but no one ever saw her. The moment Jenny turned 18, her stepmother's attention shifted fully to Anna. Every conversation at the table became about Anna's future, Anna's looks, and Anna's chances of finding a good man. "She is grown now," her stepmother often said with pride. "It is time for her to be seen." Jenny listened from the side, her hands busy with dishes, her presence barely acknowledged. When the school fair was announced, Jenny felt nervous before she even understood why. Her stepmother clapped her hands with excitement. "Anna, this is perfect," she said. "You will wear your best dress. There will be boys, families, important people. We must choose carefully." Jenny stood quietly nearby. Her father hesitated for a moment, then said gently, "Jenny, you can go too. Maybe you will enjoy it." Jenny's heart lifted just a little. She gathered her courage and asked softly if she could have a new dress. Her old one was faded and too small. Her stepmother laughed, not kindly. "A new dress? No, Jenny. You have clothes already. Wear what you have. Don't be silly." The words stung, but Jenny nodded. She had learned that asking for more only brought humiliation. At the fair, the difference between the sisters was impossible to ignore. Anna walked ahead in a beautiful white dress, a gold necklace shining against her skin. People smiled at her. Mothers whispered. Boys glanced her way. Jenny followed a few steps behind, wearing her old dress, its color washed out by time. She kept her head down, convinced she did not belong there. Then something unexpected happened. A young man noticed her. He watched as Jenny helped an older woman carry bags, as she spoke politely to children, as she stepped aside to let others pass. Finally, he approached her with a gentle smile. He asked her name. Jenny answered quietly, surprised by his interest. He told her she seemed kind. The words felt unreal. No one had spoken to her like that before. Anna noticed and quickly pulled Jenny away, her face tight with annoyance. A week later, the stepmother announced a strange plan. "This time, Anna will wear Jenny's old dress," she said. "Jenny will wear Anna's." Jenny's hands trembled as she put on the beautiful dress and necklace. She felt exposed, unsure, almost afraid. But at the fair, everything changed. People smiled at her. The same young man found her again, his eyes warm and sincere. He spoke to her easily, as if she truly mattered. Jenny saw the jealousy in Anna's eyes and the anger in her stepmother's silence. For the first time in her life, people did not see her clothes. They saw her. A few days after the second fair, Jenny's stepmother found a new way to remind her of her place. Early one morning, she told Jenny to go to the park and collect flowers and branches for decorations. Her tone was sharp, impatient, leaving no room for refusal. Jenny did not argue. She took a small basket and walked to the park alone, the sky gray and the ground still wet from rain the night before. As she moved carefully along the path, her foot slipped on the damp grass. Pain shot through her leg and she fell hard. For a moment, she tried to stand, but her knee would not hold her. Fear rushed in, fast and cold. There was no one from the house to call, no one who would come looking for her. Sitting there, she felt the old familiar feeling of being forgotten. With shaking hands, Jenny reached for her phone and called the young man she had met at the fair. She did not know why she chose him, only that he had once looked at her with genuine concern. He answered immediately. When he heard her voice, he did not ask many questions. He simply told her to stay where she was. He arrived quickly and knelt beside her, checking her leg with care. Without hesitation, he helped her up and carried her home. He brought medicine, prepared simple food, and made sure she was comfortable. In the days that followed, he came back again and again. Not to admire her dress, not to show himself off, but to ask how she felt, to listen, and to help in small quiet ways. Jenny began to understand something new. His kindness did not depend on how she looked. It came from who she was. Watching this, Jenny's father slowly opened his eyes. He noticed how hard she worked, how rarely she complained, how much she carried without asking for anything in return. One evening, he stopped her as she cleaned the table and told her he was proud of her. The words were simple, but they stayed with her. Meanwhile, her stepmother and Anna whispered to others and spoke badly of her whenever they could. This time, Jenny did not shrink. She focused on her studies, her work, and the quiet confidence growing inside her. She no longer felt the need to prove her worth. They had tried to break her with neglect and cruelty, but kindness had made her stronger. The final test came during a small family gathering that Jenny's father organized at home. Her stepmother worked hard to make Anna look perfect, choosing her best clothes and standing close beside her as if to remind everyone who truly mattered in that house. Jenny was asked to help in the kitchen, carrying plates and cleaning quietly, just as she always did. The old pattern tried to return, pressing her back into the shadows. When the young man arrived, the room changed. He greeted everyone politely, but his eyes searched for Jenny. When he saw her, he smiled and walked straight toward her, ignoring the careful display her stepmother had prepared. He thanked Jenny for her kindness, her patience, and her strength, speaking clearly so everyone could hear. In that moment, it was obvious who he had chosen. Jenny's stepmother tried to interrupt, but Jenny's father stepped forward. For the first time, he did not stay silent. He stood beside his daughter and said she deserved respect and happiness, not because of a dress, but because of the person she was. Jenny felt something inside her finally settle into place. Not long after, the young man asked Jenny to marry him. There was no grand show, no expensive gifts, only honest words and steady eyes. She said yes with quiet joy. Their wedding was small and simple, filled with warmth instead of luxury. Jenny looked around and realized she had found a real family, one where she was seen, valued, and loved. Her life was not perfect, but it was hers. And for the first time, she was chosen for who she truly was. If you believe kindness is strength, like this story, share the lesson you learned from Jenny in the comments. And subscribe to learn English through real-life stories full of heart.